What's up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Bitcoin, Ethereum analysis. We'll talk about Cardano too. Cardano could be hitting the bottom, maybe not. That is so undervalued right now. And then we'll talk about Shiba because it's topical. That's going to the moon. We'll see what happens with that. Let's start with the higher time frames here. So the weekly, we are curving down on the VWAP. It's only a matter of time before we finally do hit that red dot there. It's not out of the question to come back up to, all-time highs or even 70K before that happens. We're still at 58. We're hovering around this area. We'll talk about, I think we still could hold, 60K and come up from there. Usually the market likes to play games with us. Right here, we thought we'd hold 42. We came down a bit and then we corrected. So we could have that general thing. You don't have anything red on the weekly. You would be due, but I think we got, there could be a little bit of hope still. It could go either way here, but we'll talk about it some more. So 4-day, we're going to print that red dot pretty soon. Not a real bad divergence, usually because it's been so long ago. You wouldn't even, you can make this type of divergence, but I would be a little because it's been so long that it's, happened. It wouldn't really make sense. Usually the divergences you really want to look at are something like, especially on the 4-day, something like here to here. Not a divergence, not yet. You want this momentum wave to be, if the momentum wave was here, then you'd have divergence, then you'd most likely come down more. But we're still somewhat in the clear, I would say here. Let's look at the 3-day. Yeah, the 3-day was interesting. So money flow coming up as the VWAP's coming down. This is indicative of more sideways, usually when this type of kind of thing kind of happens. I'd say money flow coming up may overpower the VWAP, but this is kind of the healthy correction we need. Let's go to the daily here. VWAP's been below the zero line for a while here. When it's below the zero line for a while, usually when it curves up, it means business. Usually something happens. We still have, the divergence that, I guess this little divergence from here to here, you could make the argument that played out, or this all the way back here to here. It's a matter of time how far it could play out. Could we come down to 54? Definitely in the cards. I wouldn't be surprised. Could we be hitting the bottom here? Could we bump around in this general area for a few days and then come up to 70K? Definitely still in the cards. Definitely in the cards as well. Here, you could make the argument, this wasn't really a divergence, but from here to here was a divergence. You can make the argument that's played out. Let's draw a fib level as well. I've been experimenting with logarithmic fibs and linear fib. Let's actually test both of them for this. So the next linear fib level is 56,400 about. Now let's change the setting on this to fib based on the logarithmic scale. I'm just curious. So they're both useful. They both can be useful. This is closer. I'm going to keep it like this right now. I've been experimenting with both. Some people swear by logarithmic fib. Some people swear by linear fib. I've been messing around with both of them lately. I just, whatever it's closest to, I'll mess around with them. I'll give you guys an update on one thing. So 8-hour VWAP's starting to come up. So we could be, that's one argument that we're hitting the bottom. Maybe this general area was kind of the bottom here on that fib level. 4-hour VWAP coming up, I like this. People would say the money flow, this would have been a nice short right here. Money flow coming out and the VWAP coming down, that would have been a nice short. I was busy yesterday at this time. I completely missed this, but oh well, you can't win them all. Can't get them all. But yeah. Here, you're not seeing really, you're not really seeing that bullish divergence just yet. This 4-hour green dot, this might not be the one that brings us up. We could be another one. We could have something like, you come up, and then you come back down, and then finally you come up, something like this. You get a little divergence there, and that finally brings us up. Or this could be the green dot that does bring us up. I'm not really seeing, price is falling here, so I'm not really seeing any divergences either way. So it's kind of up in the air here. I would say it's a little bit more healthy than not, given how, we'll talk about the lower time frames, but they're looking a little bit better right now. 2-hour, curving upward here. Little snake eyes right there. I guess you can make that argument. Not really no bullish divergence just yet though. So you want to be careful with this. We got to see what happens at this fib level. 1 hour. Here to there. That's a bullish divergence. Didn't really play out yet. Still could play out. Money flow going down while we're going to print a red dot about. So that means I'm not looking to go long yet, but I'm searching. I'm patiently waiting. Patience is very important in this game. Patiently waiting for a long. I was finally stopped out of my swing long all the way up from 43K, just adding on to that. Stopped out in profit, by the way. That's been one of my most profitable trades lately. Really profitable trade. If you want to check that out in my some of my trade entry stop losses, link in the description below in my Patreon. So yeah, 15-minute, looking for a money flow crossover. This one didn't work. I was looking at this one, just didn't see enough confluence in other time frames because we were still in red, and the 10-minute didn't have the same thing. I want to see kind of confluence and money flow crossovers before I feel confident. Maybe, if I'm early with this, maybe I would go in on the next money flow crossover on the 10-minute. We are sticking to this line, but other than that, I'm just patiently waiting for something better. How is the 30-minute? Yeah. You want to wait for some trigger waves, want to wait for something better. Maybe we'll get a nice bullish divergence here. When would that be? Yeah, in a few hours. So I'm patiently waiting here. No reason to jump the gun. Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, we're toying around with this general 4,000. So a lot of times it looks like we could lose the level, but then we end up doing well with it. VWAP on the daily. Let's get some higher time frames. So weekly is the same as Bitcoin. 3-day, you're still in the green there. This does look maybe a tiny bit worse. You could this would be maybe a little bit more of the bearish case. So here to here, you're about to print this divergence. Didn't print yet. So this could happen at 5,000. We could come up to 5,000 in the next few days or next few weeks, and then come a lot down, farther down, maybe back to 3,800, something like that. Let's go on the daily here. Daily, there. Got that divergence kind of played out. Maybe you're going to curve back. Kind of hard to say completely. Look at the 12 hour. Okay, view up still down. That was a bearish divergence. You can make the argument that played out. We got the spiral line coming up around, almost hit it. So be patient. Maybe look for that general area for a possible long position. 10 hours still doesn't look good. Money flow curving down. The main argument that divergence has played out. I think it does seem like we have a little bit of room to come down. 8 hours, so Ethereum's looking slightly worse than Bitcoin right now. 6 hour view up is curving up, so is the 4 hour view up is curving up. We're still in the green here. So thing is, though, you could draw this this long divergence here from as money flow keeps coming out all the way, and then you're finally coming down. Red blood diamond, that's not a good sign. I mean, I'm holding off on this for a while. This point, let me set an alert. I already have an alert set when we hit this line. 2 hour. Fighting here. We're fighting to try to come up. We're trying to keep this general area. Let me draw a fib level as well. We'll experiment. I believe it's on a logarithmic fib right now. So this area too, and then let's change it to linear fib. I've been just experimenting, seeing if there's, So you're hitting this linear fib level right here. So I wouldn't be comfortable looking at these lower time frames. I would not be comfortable going long at the moment. Maybe I would be if we have a money flow crossover on the 10-minute, just maybe. But I think there's a decent shot that we come a little bit lower here. Let's switch it to linear. How much lower was the linear Fibonacci there? And that would kind of coincide with this spiral line, around 38. So that's a good place to look for. I'm definitely going to be looking at that point myself for Ethereum. And let's look at Cardano as well. So Cardano has definitely been underperforming by a lot of people's metrics. And I think it's, I don't say this word very often. I don't say it at all. I think most people who say this word are just, kind of cover themselves if they, when they were saying something's going to go to, a crazy high amount and then it just goes the other way. But there could be, when you see weird, let me show you the weird, where was it? When you see weird wicks just down to, where was it on? Maybe it was on Kraken. But there's been some weird wicks down in this. I'm not seeing it here, but I believe it was this. When you see something like here, it might have been here. Yeah. Well, it's not a Coinbase. But when you see it, there's been a lot of weird wicks down in this. There's been some weird stuff. I almost want to say manipulation. That's the word I was thinking of. There's been some weird stuff with this. I think we got a good shot to come up pretty soon. I think we will hit the bottom relatively soon on this. This is just a relatively large correction coming around. I mean, the more bearish case, confirm that blood diamonds. That's not the best sign, but most bearish case, we come down, until mid-November. Then we kind of come up. that'd be the most bearish case for everything in general. We come down for the next 2 weeks, then we try to come up. That'd probably bring Bitcoin down to 50K, maybe a little bit more. Maybe it would be the last shot to get in on the high 40Ks, something like that, or low 50Ks, which could be a great buying opportunity. 8-hour blood diamond as well. 4-hour, some of these mid time frames. View up is coming up here. That's that fib level. Let me change to the. Sorry if this video is too long or boring for you guys. Been experimenting with the Y is okay. I gotta select the. Okay, with my brush tool. And let's see here. Almost hit that fib level right there. So that could be the lower part. 184. When was that? That was, yeah, early this morning. And here you're about to print a red dot. So not yet, but patiently waiting. Maybe a money flow crossover on the 15-minute right around here. Maybe a money flow crossover. Early tomorrow morning. Maybe we bounce off of this general area, 183, and then we come up from there. I think we will be nearing a bottom. This money flow crossover in 10 minutes didn't really work too well, but maybe as an earlier case, maybe something like that around general tonight, then you bottom out. But be careful with the 12-hour. Be careful with this. I mean, I'm going to be just buying more of this. Maybe not trading this, but just buying more of this the farther this comes down, because I do think this is going to have its time of day. So let's look at the what everyone's selling their Cardano for. It's Shiba. Oh boy, this is nuts. Oh god. So this is just one of the, I mean, this was kind of a sell the news situation for the last few weeks, and it just keeps coming up. Daily view up still curving up. You got to look at the lower time frames to really see. What I will say is on a lot of these time frames, I mean, this divergence didn't really play out. I think if you want to try to catch the top on this, when you finally get that 12-hour divergence or that 8-hour divergence right here, because look at this, VOS is trying to come down. Usually when it's trying to come down, it finally comes down. Let's look at some of the lower time frames. 4-hour, I mean, how high can this really go? Like, I mean, let's see here, 175%. I would be lying to you if this, if I said this wasn't a bubble. I mean, look, just these divergences are going to play out at some point. It can't just keep diverging. Money flow crossovers, especially on these lower time frames, is money coming out anywhere on this? Yeah, it's it's one of the toughest ones to predict. Wow. Well, we could let's get creative with the fib here. So let's see if we. Ooh, okay. From that point to that point there, this would be around, I'm not even going to pronounce it, a tenth of an eighth or whatever. This number right here would be where to look to get out of this if you got in this. If you haven't, I mean, if you're thinking of FOMOing into this, I personally wouldn't. If you made a killing on this, obviously convert some profits into Ethereum or Cardano or even Bitcoin right now would be a great idea. I'm not a big meme coin guy. I mean, look at right here. It's getting heated. It's getting really heated around this area, and then going. Here it didn't go down too much, but well, you could have that type of situation. So the bubble will pop at some point. That's what I'm confident about. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and please check out my links below. Check out my my exclusive Discord through Patreon below if you want to see some of my trades, and hope you got something out of this, guys. Check out my other links below if you want to help support the channel. Market Cypher, 15% off, discount code ALDA15. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.